Hey everybody, welcome to Church Online here at Crosspoint Church. We're so glad that you're spending part of your weekend watching church with us. One of the things we hope for here with Church Online is to not just have you watch a service with us, but that we could get to connect with you. So if you're watching for the very first time, we would love to get connected. And in fact, we'd love to send you a gift. So text the number below and we'd love to reach out to you and send you one of our very own Crosspoint shirts. Right now, we're in a series called Hope Dealer, where we get to study the names of God and what that means for us. And as we get to dive into each of these different names of God, and as we get to know God even deeper, our desire for you is that you would get to experience this hope that comes with knowing Jesus. And the great thing about this hope is that it's not just meant for you to hear it and receive it and keep it to yourself. This hope is all about impacting your life, so that you can then turn around and impact those around you. So I want to encourage you, share this message of hope today and watch what God will do through you.
Today marks the 18th week that we have not been able to gather together to worship here at Crosspoint. And I, like many of you, have just been discouraged at the fact that we have been up and down with this whole COVID thing, and really there's no clear ending in sight. And just the other day I was thinking through this, and I was thinking through all the disappointment and the kind of the letdown of having to do online church yet again for a few more weeks, and I was kind of feeling sorry for myself. But then I was prompted by the Holy Spirit to think of this, to think of all the graces that God has allowed us to experience in this time, to think of all the good things that He is actually doing while we are separated in our homes, quarantined, and social distancing. I think of the many people all across Southern California that are sitting on their couches and that are raising their hands in worship and crying and connecting with God and connecting with His goodness in their personal lives. You see, we're all going through a storm right now. It's a different storm than we ever thought we would face, and yet here we are. We find ourselves in the middle of it, and yet the goodness of God is real and it is strong in our lives. I think about the 80 plus people that have put their faith and trust in Christ just since Easter. And you say, how do I know that? Well, there's actually hosts there that are actually walking people through the service. They're accepting prayer requests all the time throughout the services. They're praying with people, they're encouraging people, they're helping people. And then, as we do every week, there's an opportunity for people to accept Christ, to declare Him as the Lord and Savior of their lives. And they do that by clicking a button that says, I've received Christ for the very first time today. And that may seem insignificant to you, but for those people, that simply means they've crossed over from death to life. And I say simply because it was such an easy thing to do, but yet it is so profound in the way that it impacts them from now to eternity. Just this month, in the month of July, we've had 12 people accept Christ. And man, that's an amazing thing. We say, go God to that. But why are we surprised by that? Isn't this exactly what God does? Just when we're in the middle of our storm, when all hope is lost and we think, man, there is no clear path forward, God reminds us of His goodness. He reminds us of His grace. He reminds us of all that He is doing. And you know what I've learned? Is that just because we aren't meeting face to face, which I so desperately wish that we were, it does not mean that God is not on the move. God is doing it. God is saving lives. God is moving people from a life of hopelessness and darkness into light, into grace, and into forgiveness. And these numbers, they just prove that. They just prove that, for every person that clicked the button, we see a number, but God sees a soul. God sees a heart. God sees someone who has finally made the decision to accept Him into their lives. So I want to encourage you with this today. Even though you may be sick of watching church online, and I know we've all been there, I get it. Even though you may be just a little weary of getting up on Sunday mornings and trying to gather everybody in the living room and connect through a television screen, know this, that God is at work in your life. That God wants to do something special in your life today. And even though we may not be able to gather physically, and I can't wait for that day, trust that God is going to do something special.
Have you ever been browsing on a website or scrolling through your social media page when you see a ridiculous attention-getting headline? Something so out there, so stupid, and then naturally you clicked on it. That's called clickbait. They're headlines worded with the most shocking language you can imagine, all designed to get you to click the link. Here is one of my favorites. 87-year-old trainer shares secret to losing weight. Now, in case you were wondering, again, if you were to be tempted to click and were not strong enough to resist, you'd learn the secret is, drumroll, eating a balanced diet. See, the headline tries to get you to click, and you're disappointed with the article. The clickbait headline did its job, though the result leaves you disappointed. My goal here is two things. First, never click on clickbait articles. That's just good advice. Your life will be better. You're welcome. But second, as we talk about tithes and offerings, I want you to know that we have the exact opposite approach of clickbait. We're not trying to trick you into giving and then leave you disappointed in the fact that you gave. No, here at Crosspoint, it's just the opposite. We say all the time around here, we want something for you, not just something from you. We're interested in helping you with your finances, your faith, and your life. Not just about getting short-term results from today's offering. What we're doing here is far more important. Because of your giving, we've been able to keep our church going in the middle of this pandemic season. People are putting their faith and trust in Jesus. Just last Sunday, we had 9 people put their faith and trust in Christ. Our community is being served, people are growing in their faith, and when you give, you get to be a part of this mission. God is pleased with your obedience. There's no clickbait here. Crosspoint cares, and we are here for you. Some of you that are watching us right now, God is calling you to trust Him in your finances. And I want to challenge you to give today. Better yet, automate your giving so your church can continue to help more people find and follow Jesus. Hey, welcome to Church Online. We're so glad you're watching with us right now. Hey, we want you to engage with us. So if you listen to one of our worship songs or maybe one of the verses I read or something just resonates with you in your spirit, man, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us some hearts. But one of the most important things you can do right now is to share this. Man, let's be hope dealers and share hope with other people right now. Now, I have a question for you. Do you have a nickname? Do you have something that's your AKA, what someone else calls you? Listen, if you're watching this with someone else, just kind of share with them right now what your nickname is. You can even post your nickname below. I'm grateful for our online hosts that are interacting with us right now, or you can always watch this on demand as well back on our website. But I want to know your nickname. So what's your nickname? I have several nicknames. Some people call me PB for Pastor Brian. Some people, they've got nicknames where they call me B More. Some people call me, when I was in college, I played basketball, so they call me 3 More. That's because I like to shoot 3-point shots. Shannon, my wife, she also has nicknames. Most of them I have given to her. So we call Shannon Holy Hottie. I call her Sexy Mama. I could go on and on, but I should probably stop right there. So we've got all these different nicknames, different names that people call us. And we're in this series right now called Hope Dealer. And this is a series all about hope. And when we're talking about hope, we're talking about our hope being rooted in who God is, knowing his name. And God, he has more names than just God. He has all of these AKA, also known as names. And I believe that hope is more than just a feeling. Because your feelings, they will take you up and down. Our feelings are a lot like a roller coaster ride. You're here, now you're here. And so we don't want to just fix our hope on just closing our eyes and just the power of positive thinking and believing that everything's going to be okay. I heard this story of this guy that fell off this 20-story building, and as he's free falling down, there's a guy on a balcony looking at the guy who's falling, and he says, how you doing? And the guy says, so far, so good. Listen, that is not hope. Hope has to be anchored to something that is bigger than you are. Hope is not just wishful thinking. I believe that our hope is rooted in our relationship with God. And if you're going to navigate through some difficult waters, you've got to have hope. I recently read in a latest survey that this is crazy to me, that 70% of people believe that America is at the lowest point that they ever remember in the history. I also read in that same survey that 14% of Americans would say that they are very happy right now. Listen, in the state of what we're going through right now, you and I, more than probably any other time in our life, we need hope. There is power in hope. If you lose hope, you lose everything. And I believe that the greatest thing that some of you moms can do, and the greatest thing some of you dads can do, and the greatest things that some of you teachers can do, the greatest things that some of you that are in business can do right now, is to keep your hope alive. And how do you keep your hope alive? You keep your hope alive when you understand who God is. This is a series about understanding his nature, his character, understanding his power and his strength. And this is what gives you hope. And when you have hope, it's a stress reliever. When you have hope, your relationships are better. When you have hope, you can navigate through the storms of life in such greater ways whenever you have hope. Listen, your physical life gets better. Your mental life gets better. Everything around you gets better when you have hope. I want you to be a hope dealer. That's what this series is called. At Crosspoint, we deal hope. We don't deal dope. We deal hope. We're hope dealers. But before you can deal hope to other people, you first of all have to have hope yourself. So that's what this series is about. I want to take you through another name of God. Listen, if you missed last week's series, you've got to go back. You can watch it on demand. Go back to our website. Last week we talked about, Jehovah Roy. And that means that the Lord is my shepherd. David talked about this in Psalm 23. But today we're going to look at another name of God, and it's a rather unusual name. It's the name Jehovah Nissi. Jehovah Nissi. Now some of you might think, man, is that a Japanese car? For $39,000, you can have a brand new Jehovah Nissi. No, it's not a car. It is a name of God. And Moses specifically talked about this name in Exodus chapter 17 and verse 15. It says this. It says that Moses built an altar there, and he named it Yahweh or Jehovah Nissi, which means the Lord is my banner. Jehovah Nissi, the Lord is my banner. So today, if you feel like giving up, if you feel like throwing in the towel, if you feel like I don't know how much more I can take, I want you to know that God has a word for you right now. You are at the right place at the right time. Some of you need some hope when it comes to your marriage. And some of you may say, man, I don't even know if I can love him. I don't even like him. You may need some hope. Some of you as parents, as you're approaching a new school year, uncertain about what the future holds, some of you say, man, I need some hope right now. Some of you, when it comes to your finances, you're struggling. And what you need is you need some hope. I want to tell you today about Jehovah Nissi. The Lord is my banner. Listen, when life is hard, you need a banner to look to. And that banner is Jehovah Nissi. Now, when I think about a banner, I'm reminded of a few years ago, I went to vacation. We went on vacation, my family. We went to San Francisco. And I remember when we first pulled into San Francisco with our family, I was there, and all of a sudden, we went by Oracle Stadium. And that's the stadium of the Major League Baseball team, the San Francisco Giants. And my son is a huge baseball fan. Braden, he loves baseball. And I just thought in my mind, let's go to a baseball game. Now, our family, we go to a few baseball games each year. And we love going to some games. We always watch the World Series. I wouldn't call us like diehard, but we like a good baseball game, especially if we can attend the game. I don't find myself watching them too much at home on TV, but I can get excited about going to a game. So we pull up, and there was this long line outside, and there was no place to park. So I just told Shanna, I said, hey, if you'll go out and get some tickets, I'll just drive around the block a few times. So sure enough, I'm driving around. She gets in the car. She says, hey, they're a little more expensive than I thought they were going to be, but we're like, hey, it's vacation. And so a few hours later, we show up there to this beautiful stadium. And right whenever we walk in, they give us this little flag. And we found out right then that it was opening day, that we were literally going to the very first game. And this was super cool because the year before, the San Francisco Giants had won the World Series. So they gave us this little flag representing their championship banner. And before the game started, we're looking up, we don't have great seats, but we're looking out, and you see in the bay, the Coast Guard is coming in, and it's coming right towards the stadium. And they're making this big deal about winning the championship. Next thing you know, the Coast Guard gives the championship banner to some police officers who then walk it to the stadium, and then in right field, they open up this little bitty door. And all of a sudden, the police come in with the championship banner, and they give it to the captains of the team. They then take the banner, and the place is going nuts. Everybody's up on their feet. And they walk across the outfield. Then they go up the stands, and they start walking where all of the people are seated. And then they get to this flagpole. And whenever they get to the flagpole, they take the championship banner next to the American flag. And all of a sudden, they secure it inside, and they begin to raise the banner. And while this music's going, at the same time that banner is going up, every single one of us there in that stadium, we take our banners and we place them high. And as we are all there watching this banner go up and this championship banner fly, I felt like we had just won the World Series. I was ready to go down and swing a bat that day, all because of the power of a banner. Now today, we're talking about Jehovah Nissi. The Lord is our banner. He is our symbol of victory. He is our source of hope. He is our banner. Even before the game started, the banner was being raised. It was a sign, it was a symbol of victory. Now, let me give you some context of Exodus chapter 17, because I want us to go back to the beginning of the book of Exodus. And there was this man by the name of Moses. And Moses was a shepherd. He was just out tending the sheep. Jehovah Rohi. He understood the Lord is my shepherd. He was a man of faith. And all shepherds, they all have this staff. They have this rod that they carry around. And so Moses had this shepherd staff that he was carrying. It was called the rod of God. And God comes to Moses and he says, Moses, I have an assignment for you. He says, my people, the Hebrew people, the Israelites, they've been in bondage under this evil ruler by the name of Pharaoh. He was the king of Egypt. He said, I've heard my people's cries, and I want you to go deliver this message to Pharaoh that God says, this is a famous little line, God says, let my people go. So here's the crazy part. If you were going to go in and there was a nation under hostage that had been living in cruelty, and you were going to go in and you were going to try to bring them back and rescue them so they could be free, you would probably send in like the National Guard, you'd send in the military, maybe arm them with some bombs, some military weapons. But God doesn't do that. He uses Moses. And all Moses has is this staff. He's got a big stick. He's got the rod of God in his hands, and he goes in and he says to Pharaoh, God says, let my people go. And Pharaoh says, no. And Moses says, I'm coming on assignment from God, and if you don't let his people go, he's going to perform some miracles that are going to happen. And there's going to be some consequences for you if you don't let his people go. And Pharaoh says, bring it on. So sure enough, with the staff, with the rod of God, with this big stick, Moses performs 10 miracles, consequences, because they disobeyed God. They disobeyed God's orders. Egypt disobeyed. So finally, Pharaoh had enough. And he said, fine, let them go. So Moses, he is the one who's the leader that God has used to rescue the Hebrews. So they leave, but they find themselves in this rather unique situation that they're running away. They're excited to get out of Egypt, and they're surrounded by these mountains, and then they find themselves at a dead end there at the Red Sea. And while they're at the Red Sea, all of a sudden, Pharaoh and all of these Egyptians that had been holding the Israelites as slaves, they say, we don't know how to cook. We don't know how to build anything. We've got to go back and we've got to make sure we get our slaves back. So they go back to try to bring them back to Egypt. And so they're headed towards to chase them down. So here's the Israelites. They're now at the Red Sea, mountains on both sides. There's the Red Sea in front of them, and behind them are the Egyptians. And they start to freak out. And God tells Moses, relax. You've watched me do signs before. You've watched me do wonders before. So he says, Moses, take your stick and place it over the water. And as Moses obeys God, the Red Sea begins to part. And it's like a wall of water on both sides. And the Israelites walk through on dry ground. And as they all go through the Red Sea, the Egyptians say, this is crazy, but we're going to chase them through. And whenever they do, they face the consequences of not following God's orders and God's plan. But it doesn't stop there. Because now they're on the other side, and it's not that long that they get thirsty. And these Israelites, God's people, they start getting mad at Moses, their leader. And isn't it so funny how God can deliver us, but after God delivers us, all of a sudden we think he can't deliver us again? And it wasn't that long after that they say, man, we're going to die out here in the desert. We don't have any water, and if we just would have stayed back in Egypt. We have such a short memory of what God can do. It's so easy for us to lose our hope. They lost their hope. And so Moses goes to God. God says, Moses, relax. I want you to take your rod, the rod of God. I want you to take your stick, and I want you to place it on the rock. And here's what happened. And this is an amazing miracle. Is out of the rock, could there be anything drier than a rock? Out of a rock came millions and millions of gallons of water. Water came gushing out of this rock. So all of the Israelites were able to drink and they were refreshed. But it doesn't stop there. God then takes his people and he tells Moses, Moses, I want you to go fight the Amalekites. So they're in the middle of this battle. They're getting ready to go to this battle. And Moses, he tells the people, he says, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to war. And he says, I want you to go down this valley. And he says, I'm going to go up on the top of this hill. And he says, and I'm going to take the rod of God. I'm going to take the staff. And you have to understand, by this time, man, this thing was pretty legendary, right? It's like when Moses walked in with his staff, it would be like Yoda walking in with a lightsaber. It's like, he's here. This is amazing what can happen. But to the Israelites, this symbol was a symbol of what God could do. It was bigger than what they were. It was a symbol of hope. It was a symbol that there was a cause worth fighting for. When they saw the rod of God, it would inspire them. So they go and they're going to fight the Amalekites, and he tells them, he says, you guys go down to the valley to go fight. Moses says, I'm going to go up on this hill. And when I hold up the rod of God, this is a symbol of victory. And whenever he would raise it up, they would begin to win. But here's what's interesting. It didn't happen immediately. And isn't that true in our lives as well? Some of you may be feeling this right now. You may feel like, where is God in the middle of my challenges? Where is God in the middle of this pandemic? And you begin to lose hope. See, because so many of us, we like microwave miracles. We want it fast. We want it now. Maybe students are praying, God, give me the answer to this test. Maybe some of you are like me and you have a lead foot. And all of a sudden you look in your rearview mirror and you pray this prayer. God, I pray that police officer didn't see me. Or maybe for some of you it's a little more spiritual. God, I want to be more patient. I want to be more patient with my family, with my wife, with my husband, with my kids. Maybe some of you right now, you feel like you're wanting to throw in the towel because you don't see God around you. And some of you are looking for a microwave miracle, but I want to tell you that God is more sometimes like a crock pot than he is a microwave. So they go up on that mountain, and Moses is raising up the rod of God. And as he's raising this staff up, they're winning. But after time of holding up his arms for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, he begins to get tired. And just as he's about to fall down and they're losing the battle, he feels support in his arms. And his arms begin to go back up because he's got people beside him. He has Aaron and he has Hur. What a name, H-U-R, Hur. Both of them are there to support him at his time of need. He has two hope dealers. When he's losing hope, other people are giving him hope because they recognize that their hope is found in Jesus Christ. That we're going to take God at his word, even whenever we don't see him working. I love this song that says, even whenever I don't see it, I know God is working. Even when I don't feel it, he's our way maker. He's our promise keeper. Man, he is the light in the darkness. God is working. And after they raise up the rod of God, the staff, they win the battle against the Amalekites. And this is what's super cool, is after they win this battle, Exodus chapter 17 and verse 15, Moses then goes up and he builds an altar there. And he named it Jehovah Nissi. The Lord is my banner. He says, may we never forget when we're in the middle of a battle that God is our source of hope, to raise the banner high. You know, I believe that some of you right now are in a battle. And I want to just ask you, what is your battle that you're facing right now? For some of you, it may be an emotional battle. For some of you, it may be a relational battle. For some of you, it may be a spiritual battle or a financial battle. What is your battle? Will you call out your battle right now? And some of you, you may have a stick. You may have a source of hope. And some of you, you have like pictures on your phone of your family, and that's your stick. That's your source of hope. Some of you, you may have spiritual sources of hope. Maybe you have a cross that you wear, or maybe you have a tattoo that is a symbol of hope. But I want to let you know that it's just a stick if it's not Jehovah Nissi. The Lord is my banner. Psalm chapter 60 and verse 4, it says this. It says, but you have raised a banner for those who fear you, a rallying point in the face of attack. Listen, I believe today that if you're facing an attack, what you need to do is you need to raise a banner. God says this will be a rallying point when you understand that I am Jehovah Nissi. And I've got one final point today. And the final point is this. God is my banner. Would you just say that right now? God is my banner. God is my Jehovah Nissi. Listen, if you're out there, just put your name in there. Say, Alan, God is your banner. Mary, God is your banner. Fred, God is your banner. Ken, God is your banner. Teresa, God is your banner. Listen, when you're facing a battle, just say, God is my banner. When you feel beat down, recognize that God is our source of hope. Listen, if you've never put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, I want to invite you to do that right now. I want to invite you to make him your source of hope. You can't do it in your own strength and your own power. If you could, you would. You can't, so you won't. What you need is you need a power that is greater than you, and that power is Jehovah Nissi. I want to ask you right now just to pray this prayer. Just say, God, I need your strength and I need your power. God, today I'm claiming you as my Jehovah Nissi. You are my banner. God, I give you my heart, my soul, my mind, my strength. God, I'm asking you to forgive me of my sin and take full control of my life today. Listen, if you did that today, I want to say amen with you. If you prayed that prayer, you are part of the family of God. And we want to help you on your journey. We're on a mission here at Crosspoint to help you find and follow Jesus. This is the starting point of your walk with God. So we have a free gift we'd love to give you. We'll mail it out to your house right now. We'll get it out to you this week. If you would, just text the number below and we'll get that gift to you. I want you to know that Crosspoint is here for you. If you need prayer, if you need support, listen, if you need financial help, if you need food, whatever it is, your church is here for you. Feel free to reach out to us. I want you to know that I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you soon. And I hope you'll be with us again next week as we talk about another name of God. So this week, let's go out and let's be hope dealers.
There's a song in my soul, and I feel it stirring in me. This I know for sure, that your love is like a flood, and your mercy never ending. I give my song to you. There's a joy in my soul, and it rises like the morning. This I know for sure, that your grace is enough, and your promise never breaking. I give my song to you. For all of your goodness is like a well running over. Oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. Oh, my songs I sing for you. Yes, all my songs I sing for you. There's a hope in my heart, burning bright in the that I will look upon your face, forever dwell in your presence, and always sing to you. For all of your goodness is like a well running over. Oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. Oh, my songs I sing for you. Yes, oh, my songs I sing for you. Let my life be to you a symphony, singing out holy, holy. All my days, every single breath I breathe, singing out holy, holy, yeah, yeah. Let my life be to you a symphony, singing out holy, holy, yeah, yeah. And all my days, every single breath I breathe, singing out holy, you are holy. For all of your goodness is like a well running over. Oh, my soul, it sings for you. For all of your goodness, I will love you forever. Oh, my songs I sing for you. Yes, oh, my song I sing for you. Yes, oh, my songs I sing for you.
Hey, thanks so much for worshiping with us today. Again, if you've made any decision to follow Jesus, we would love to connect with you. Make sure to text the number below, and we'd love to reach out and support you on this new journey of following Christ. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have kids, get ready for Kid Point Online.
Sometimes the road ahead can be so rough. You are the reason why I don't give up. 'Cause even when it's hard to see, I still believe. So I'm gonna trust
got this. You got this. You got this. You have got this. Yay! Yeah. Now we're focused.
Hey everyone, it's Erica. You might be wondering what I'm doing talking to myself in the mirror.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Well, I decided I needed a little encouragement because it's been sort of a hard week. You see, a few days ago, my aunt was stuck at home with a broken leg. So I took some soup to her house, but then her dog peed on my shoe. And then I slipped and spilled the soup all over the place. And then the next day, I was walking home from the library and a car drove through a puddle next to me and splashed water all over me and all over my library book. Are you kidding me? Then, yesterday, I tripped over a sleeping cat and I fell into a prickly rose bush. Ow, ow. So, it's been one of those weeks. And I'm trying to encourage myself to have a better day. But it's going to take faith. Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. So even though I still have a few scratches from yesterday's catastrophe, I have faith that today will be better.
See? It's better already!
Today's story is all about some people who are having a bad week. Actually, several weeks. And okay, maybe they had bigger problems than spilled soup, a wet library book, and a thorny rose bush. But my week was still pretty bad. I'll see you when the storm passes. That'll make sense after the story.
One or two?
One.
One or two?
One.
Okay, try this one. One or two?
One.
Last one. One or two?
One.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, hello everyone, I'm Brandon.
Oh yeah, I'm John.
And welcome to
The So-and-So Show. We have an incredible show for you today, I think. I think it might be one of the best shows ever.
It's the best show.
Epic, yeah, an epic Bible story, lots of fun and hilarious antics. Plus,
I don't know what you're doing.
got new glasses.
Oh.
See, look at them.
Oh, what?
Man, every time.
Why did you... Show's going well so far.
No, this is not a problem. Let me just, I'm just gonna,
All right.
just gonna get those, all right?
Okay, well, they're not over there.
Where do they go?
You threw them in front of you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, I'm coming back over here. My old prescription, it gets old. That's why they call it an old prescription, right?
Yeah.
And every now and then you got to get a new one so that you can focus a wee bit more.
Right there.
Where?
Look where I'm pointing.
I can't.
I'm sorry. They're on the ground.
Oh, I
right.
gotta look
Do you
down.
need me to help you?
No. Hold on. I found them. Okay. Let's work.
Is it okay? Oh.
What? No, they look good. This isn't gonna work.
Oh no.
Okay, you know what? No problem. I don't want to ruin the best show ever, so I'm just gonna go upstairs and get my old glasses.
Do you want me to get them for you?
No. You stay here and make the show happen.
Okay. That's not the door.
Okay.
It's. Do you need? I'll tell you what. I'll just stall until you get back. And
Okay,
then we'll
sounds good.
Have the best show ever.
All right.
All right. Do you need me to help you with that?
Yeah. There's a hole right here.
Yeah. Well, there's a handle below that. Okay.
Oh, there's. What did I do? I don't know. I can't get my finger out. Ow! These doors are hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get these fixed. Wow. Ow. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, best show ever. Here we go. I know. Everyone likes poetry, right? Here's a new segment I call Haikus with Brandon.
So-and-so, and so. One too many so's for show. 2 will do, 3, no.
Man, haikus are short. Is John back yet? I'll just hold on. John!
Brandon?
Yeah, John?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Brandon?
John, how are you?
I don't know. I can't see anything. Everything is so orange.
Well, I mean, can you go back the way you came? Like, retrace your steps.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, where could John be? Lost in a world of orange or a world of orange?
John?
What? I'm still here. Brandon, you gotta help me. Anyone? Help!
Wait, no, John, don't leave me here. No, not again, not again. No, 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 no. I got nothing. Nada. Zilch. This isn't working. What do I do? What do I do? I'd say this qualifies as a co-host emergency. Here goes. That was fast.
Yeah, it was, Brandon.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah! Well, howdy doody, everyone. I'm Fred, and welcome to the So and Fred Show. And this is my co-host, Brandon.
Brandon, right. Hi.
Brandon, exactly.
I can't believe you're my emergency co-host.
Please welcome, howdy doody, someone who knows stuff.
We don't have a guest today. What are you talking about?
Ah, Brandon, friendly banter. Friendly banter. Friendly banter.
Oh, boy.
Laugh authentically. Ah! Oh, Brandon, that was a good one.
Who's up for some more haikus?
Ask a question. Make direct eye contact, making your co-host believe that you are actively listening.
Fred?
Mm-hmm, yes, howdy doody. Yes.
What are you doing?
Oh! I just put into practice all the things I learned on my online class. Hosting for the internet.
John!
Huh? Whoa! Howdy doody. Please welcome someone who knows stuff.
What is happening?
Who are you? And tell us what you know, John.
Is that Fred?
Yes, me, Fred. I'm here with Brandon. How'd you get up there?
Hey, John, I really could use you back here right now.
You broke the glass, didn't you?
I didn't know what else to do. I had no. Wait, no. It's Bible story time with Kellen.
up, fellas? Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, Kellen and I'm happy to see you.
Thanks, but why are you...
Who are you? What do you know?
Fred? You broke the glass, didn't you?
It was an emergency.
That's a good one, Kelster.
Kellen.
Fred. And this is Brandon. He's my
Brandon.
best friend.
Thank you, Brandon. Help us, Kellen. This is a disaster.
Actually, this works out great. Huh? Yeah, one of the So-and-So show players called in sick, and it's a pretty epic sea voyage story, so we're gonna need all hands on deck, so to speak.
The so-and-so show players?
Yeah, do you think you can fill in for us?
Can I?
Yeah. Oh, it's that way. Okay, so you may have heard of this guy named Paul. He wrote half of what we now call the New Testament in the Bible. Paul had a mission to tell the story of Jesus to as many people as he could. He traveled all over the known world doing just that. God even promised Paul that he would take Jesus' story all the way to the city of Rome. But God didn't promise it would all be smooth sailing.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Make the ship lighter! Throw things overboard! Hurry!
Back then, talking about Jesus was against the law in some places. So Paul was actually in prison when it was decided his case would be tried in Rome. The plan was to travel safely to Rome by ship, but a horrible storm changed that plan.
Don't worry, Captain. An angel told me last night that not one person will die on this ship. Yay! Only the ship will be lost.
Not my mannequin!
We must run the ship onto a beach somewhere.
Welcome to Malta.
Not yet.
What? He said beach?
Later.
Oh.
Hurry!
The storm lasted for weeks. The crew was frightened and hungry. They had wondered if Paul had been right about everyone being safe. But then, just when they were about to lose hope,
Land ho, Captain!
Where?
There!
We've run aground on a beach!
Welcome to Malta.
No! The ship's breaking apart! Swim for it!
all 276 people on the ship reached the shore safely, just as the angel promised Paul. They hadn't made it to Rome, but rather an island they were unfamiliar with.
Oh, help me.
Whew, it's cold. Oh, maybe we should make a fire.
Yes, do that.
Where are we?
It looks like any other beach. I said, it looks like any other beach.
Welcome to Malta.
So, yeah, their ship crashed on the island of Malta, and the villagers of Malta were very kind to their unexpected visitors.
We thought we were goners for sure. Oh, thank you. But then our ship crashed here, but not one person died. Not one. You all have been really great, by the way. Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Ooh, snake.
Daddy must be a murderer. He escaped the ship, but the God of justice won't let him live.
Ouchie.
He will surely swallow up. He will surely fall dead.
Ooh, look, marshmallows. Can I? Thank you.
Paul and his shipmates stayed on Malta for 3 months. While they were there, Paul prayed for the villagers, and those who were sick were healed. And when their ship was repaired, they completed their voyage to Rome, where Paul told people the good news of Jesus. The end.
Great story, Kellen.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Storms and shipwrecks and snake bites.
Talk about things not going according to plan, huh?
Maybe not Paul's plan, sure, but it looks like God was in control the whole time.
Oh, yeah. If it weren't for the bad things that happened, everyone may have missed out on the good things that happened on Malta.
Plus, it wouldn't have been as good of a story.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, the so-and-so show players showed me a shortcut. Turns out they're not so bad.
Oh, yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, let's not overdo it. Thanks for letting me visit, Kellen.
Listen, I know the show didn't go the way you expected, but I think it turned out great. God has a way sometimes of making something good come out of something that seems bad. You just need to remember to focus on Him instead of whatever's happening.
Yeah, wow, that's great. Thanks, Kellen.
No doubt. I'll see you next time.
Later.
See you, Kellen. You know, he's right. Something good can totally come out of something bad. Like today, I got trapped in Kellen's bubble, which seems bad.
Yeah, but then Kellen needed you to help tell the Bible story, which was good. Although we did have to change the show at the last second, which seemed bad.
But then you got to finally share your poetry with the world, which was good.
True. That's what I do. Did.
And then Fred came on as your co-host, which seems bad.
Then I'm still thinking about what the good is.
Where is Fred anyway?
I don't know. Reveal the question.
Oh, when have you seen something good come out of something bad?
Yeah, you saw how things worked out for us. What about you? When have you seen something good come out of something bad?
You know, Brandon, I don't think this was the best show ever after all.
Oh, no?
I think it was better.
Oh, can you be better than the best?
Yes.
Okie doke. That was the So-and-So Show, folks.
See you, folks.
Whoa, I'm in a bubble. Howdy doody. I'm in a bubble. How'd I get here? Howdy doody. In a bubble.
So, a shipwreck is probably worse than tripping on a cat, but a bad week is a bad week. And the important thing to realize is that we all have problems, and we all get to choose how we react to those problems. Paul chose to trust that God was with him no matter what he was going through. You see, Paul understood that God had a bigger plan. Ever since Paul came to know Jesus as God's son, he had devoted his life to telling others about Jesus. And Paul knew that no matter what problems he faced, they were worth it if it helped him spread the good news of Jesus to the world. So Paul didn't necessarily focus on the storm, the shipwreck, and the snake bite like they were problems. Instead, he trusted that God was leading him somewhere. He trusted that God had a plan. And Paul's not the only person who can change focus like that. We can too! When we hope and trust in Jesus, it can change how we look at our problems. That's the one thing to remember today. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see your problems. When you're having one of those weeks, or months, or years, or whenever we have a problem, sometimes the bad stuff is all we can focus on. But when you know that God has a plan and that Jesus is always with you, it can help take the focus off yourself and put your focus on Him. Whenever you're facing tough situations, remembering that God is with you can make it less hard or scary. So don't forget, God has got this.
See you next time. Bye.